Okay, we've all been there. You find pests in your garden, you hop online looking for a quick fix, and there it is. On blogs, in forums, everywhere. Just mix up some dish soap and water. It seems perfect, right? Almost too good to be true. So what's the real story? Is this a genuine miracle hack, or is it a garden myth that could be doing more harm than good?
That's the big question, isn't it? Can that bottle of dish soap you have under your sink actually save your precious plants from aphids and all those other little critters? It's something pretty much every gardener has wondered about. Well, today, we're going to get to the bottom of it.
And right away, here's where all the confusion really starts. We use the word soap for a whole bunch of different products. You've got your dish detergents, your household cleaners, and then you have this bottle, specifically labeled insecticidal soap. They might look similar, they're all called soap, but what's inside is worlds apart. And that difference, it's absolutely critical for the health of your garden.
So first up, let's just ask, why is this DIY hack so incredibly popular? I mean, what is it about this idea that makes it spread like wildfire?
And hey, if you've been confused by this, you are definitely not alone. I saw this comment on a gardening forum on Reddit, and it just hits the nail on the head. You see this advice passed around all the time, but usually without that crucial little detail about it needing to be a specific kind of soap. It just creates this endless cycle of bad advice. You can totally see why this hack is so tempting, right? Of course, it's cheap, you've already got it in your kitchen, it's accessible, you don't need a trip to a special store, and maybe most importantly, it just feels more natural, like a gentle, low chemical solution compared to a commercial pesticide. It's a very compelling shortcut. But here's the thing about myths that really stick around. They're almost always built on a tiny grain of truth. And the truth is, soaps can kill insects. So let's look at the actual science behind how this works. First, we gotta understand a key term, mode of action. It sounds super technical, but all it really means is how a pesticide gets the job done. For soaps, the mode of action is all about direct physical contact. You have to spray it right on the bug. The moment that spray dries, it stops working. So how does it work when it makes contact? Well, scientists have two main theories. The first is that the soap actually dissolves the insect's waxy, protective outer shell. Without that layer, the insect basically dehydrates and dies. The second theory is that the soap acts as what's called a wetting agent. It breaks the surface tension of the water, which lets the soapy mix sneak into the insect's breathing holes and, well, drown. Let's focus on that second theory for a sec. Think about how plain water kind of beads up on a surface, right? It has a strong surface tension. But soap completely breaks that. It makes the water wetter, allowing it to spread out and seep into tiny crevices, like an insect's breathing tubes, that plain water would just roll right over. Now here's a super important catch. This mode of action really only works on a specific type of pest. We're talking about the small, squishy, soft-bodied guys. Your aphids, your mealybugs, whiteflies, spider mites. But if you're trying to fight something bigger, like a beetle with its own suit of armor, yeah, this is not the solution you're looking for. Okay, so it seems like there's some real science here, right? It feels like it should work. But, and this is a huge but, this is where we hit the critical twist in the story. There is a massive, often overlooked danger hiding in that bottle of dish soap you're about to grab. And here it is. This is it. The single most important distinction you need to understand: soap versus detergent. True soaps, the kind used in insecticidal products, are made from natural fats and oils. Think of them as potassium salts of fatty acids. But that bottle of dish soap, 9 times out of 10, it's not soap at all. It's a synthetic detergent, a chemical specifically engineered in a lab to strip grease. For example, a really common ingredient in dish detergents is sodium lauryl sulfate. I mean, just look at that chemical structure. This isn't some simple natural compound. This is a powerful synthetic surfactant designed for one thing: heavy-duty cleaning. Think about what that detergent does. It's designed to cut through tough grease on your dishes. Well, guess what? It does the exact same thing to the delicate, protective, waxy cuticle on your plant's leaves. It strips that essential layer right off. And this is what happens. This damage actually has a scientific name: phytotoxicity. You can see it right here: the brown spots, the burned leaf tips, that scorched look. By stripping away that protective wax, the detergent leaves the plant totally vulnerable. It can't hold in water, and it's suddenly wide open to fungal and viral diseases. So what's the answer? How do we get the bug-killing power we want without accidentally destroying our plants in the process? It's actually pretty simple. You have to use the right tool for the job. And in this case, that tool is a properly formulated insecticidal soap. Let's just break it down side by side. Your household detergents are built for cleaning. They often use what are called hard sodium salts that are great for scrubbing, but terrible for leaves. Real insecticidal soaps, on the other hand, use soft potassium salts. They're specifically formulated to be tough on soft-body pests, but much, much gentler on most plants. Okay, so you've gone out and gotten the right stuff. Fantastic. But even with a correct product, how you use it matters a lot. So let's quickly run through some essential best practices to make sure you're helping, not hurting, your garden. There are 4 really critical steps. 1, dilute it properly. Read the label. Don't just guess. 2, and please don't skip this, test it first. Spray just 1 or 2 leaves and wait a day to see what happens. 3, timing is everything. Spray when it's cool, early morning or evening. Hot sun and soap spray are a recipe for scorched leaves. And finally, 4, get good coverage. Remember, it only works on contact, so you have to spray the tops of leaves, the bottoms of leaves, everywhere those pests might be hiding. And one more crucial warning: some plants are just extra sensitive to any kind of soap spray, even the right kind. This includes plants like Japanese maples, certain types of tomatoes, and delicate ferns. When in doubt, always do that little spot test first. It can save you a world of heartbreak. So after all that, what's the final verdict? It's pretty clear. That viral internet hack of using dish soap as a pesticide is ultimately a harmful myth. While it comes from a place of truth, using a detergent is just the wrong tool for the job, and it puts your plants at serious risk. If you take away just one thing today, please let it be this: when you need a soap spray for your garden, reach for a product that is specifically formulated and clearly labeled as an insecticidal soap. That's it. Your plants will thank you for it. And that kind of leaves you with a final thought, doesn't it? Learning to tell the difference between real garden science and a convincing sounding myth is such a huge part of gardening. It really makes you wonder what other popular internet hacks are out there hiding a harmful truth.